Everybody, welcome a 4-0 edition of X's and Knowles. I am here. We got four people, 4-0. It's serendipity. It's serendipitous. It's fantastic. I am in a great mood. The Knowles are undefeated. Monkey off the back, beat Clemson at Clemson, which nobody does. In overtime, 31-24. I am here on X's and Knowles, presented by Knowles247.com. Coach Adam Brown, Kevin Little, you know them. They're here with me all the time. And a special guest, Brendan Sinone, emeritus writer guy. Knowles 24/7 wants to hop in and look at the film. Now, normally we skip right into the film, but Brendan's done a rewatch. Adam and Kevin have kind of dove into the numbers, and they found some kind of interesting stuff that I want them each to talk about that will kind of like, hopefully I'm using this right, undergird the conversation. I want you guys to keep this in mind as we look in the film, because Kevin, I think we noticed Clemson, a lot of tendency breaking type stuff, right? They did a lot of stuff in this game that they hadn't done in the previous three games.
Yeah, so if you watch my game preview, I saw that they threw an inordinate amount of hitches in the first three games. So, just trying to get easy completions for Cade Klubnik, moving the ball downfield. Oftentimes hitches are just kind of conversions of go routes. So you'll have a backside on trips. He'll go vertical, and if he's capped, he'll turn around and you hit the hitch. They hit those a lot over the first three games. Over 8 a game. They hit 4. They threw 4 against Florida State. Similarly with slants. So hitches were their short route of choice. You see in the FSU game, they went heavy on slants, slide on hitches. And that kind of dictates how you're going to play your corners, how the kind of leverage you want to give your corners. And I think that kind of explains a little bit of why they were able to get an early start on the passing game. They were just kind of giving different looks in general. I think AB saw something too.
Yeah, with the backs, they hadn't shown a lot of that. It wasn't a wheel. They were almost utilizing the back on a slant. They were using some switch concepts there, attacking
like a circle route or something. Is that what it's called? Like a choice, maybe. Okay.
Yeah, but it was breaking
Texas.
in off of voided area by the linebacker on some of their Florida State's coverages. So just some different stuff that they utilize with the backs, trying to get Shipley the ball, and then obviously the slants, like Kev mentioned. So just stuff for us to look at. It gives people some context for kind of what occurred in the first half, and you go in with a game plan. You go in with an idea and a concept, and Mike Norvell touched on it today. Maybe Brendan could expand on a little bit further for me, because he was obviously there at the presser. They obviously were expecting some things. Clemson sprung some stuff on them. They adjusted throughout the first half, and then obviously going into the second half.
Mike ends up using the word aggressive today when talking about what some of the adjustments they made on defense in the second half. And that really becomes, I think the story of the game is how your defense responded. It played an awful first half, pretty much in the 95th to 97th percentile for Clemson's offense. And most major metrics like EPA, explosive plays, just general efficiency. And that plummeted to 57th percentile, 60th percentile in the second half. And that's for the total of the game. So the adjustments FSU makes on defense, I think will be something that we talk about, we look into. Going into the game, Cade Klubnik, going to be a really good quarterback. We saw some really good signs from him today. It's going to be a pain in the butt for the next year or two for Florida State, but he had a chance to really kind of disrupt him going into the game. That was one of the big keys. When pressured, he had a passer rating of 67.1. When not pressured, passer rating of 174.1. No quarterback likes getting pressured, but that is a drastic difference. So that ends up becoming a big part of the game, right, guys? And is whether you can actually make the young quarterback uncomfortable. First half, we'll see. You didn't necessarily get rid of the ball quickly for some of the reasons you guys mentioned. Second half, a different story.
I think so. Go ahead, Kevin.
I think the context before we get too upset about blitzing versus not blitzing is they were getting to the quarterback fairly quickly. The stats say that he was able to get rid of the ball very quickly in the first half. So if he's able to do that and you have and you're not blitzing, well, you're really rolling the dice, bringing extra pressure. Is that extra quarter of a second that you get to the quarterback worth taking a man or two out of coverage when they're getting rid of the ball? So it's not always as easy as blitz more, better, more pressure. So that's something to look at. How are the receivers getting so open so quickly? And what are you gonna say, AB?
Well, I also think it's important to note that when you blitz, you remove guys from running lanes, and if you know going into this game that a big part or a big component to beating Clemson was going to be stopping Will Shipley and Phil Maffa, and it's not by chance that I think in the second half is when they hit some of their more successful runs on you because you were blitzing more. So there's give and take with these things, and I think that there's some nuance when you start talking about pressuring, not pressuring, first half to second half, and ultimately, hey, the aggressiveness and the mindset that you were just going to attack Cade Klubnik, and they found some weaknesses in their protections clearly, as you can see, or as we'll see with the Keon Deloach sack fumble touchdown. They obviously schemed some things up. They gave some different looks of their own. So I'm excited to look at all that as we go through.
Me too. Moves, counter moves. I think it's going to color a lot, like maybe how the DBs were aligned necessarily in the first half versus the second half, what they expected, what they saw. Like Kevin said, it's a very interesting, like, chess move from Adam Fuller. From at least we'll check the film. It looks like they were getting some pressure with the front four. Klubnik was just getting it out so fast. So bringing that blitz in the second half for the quantity that they did, for a guy that's labeled conservative, and I think rightly so in his first couple of years here at Florida State. A lot of that, we've talked about the reasons why we think it might be extremely risky strategy, because you were kind of getting pressure and the kid was beating you. However, turned out to be the right move, even though they popped a couple big runs on you. Let's get the film going on and let's take a look. Sea of orange, just a sea.
There was some garnet up in the top deck where
they showed up. They showed up.
Kel was in there getting sunburnt.
Yeah, I'm over there somewhere.
Brendan's got hat guys yelling at him, dropping F-bombs.
Oh, wild that they have the fans that close to the media, but I digress.
So there you go. A nice little bunch set there. This kind of gave Florida State fits last week against Boston College, right, guys?
Well, yeah, often when you give... So in theory, when you have, an overloaded one side of the field, that means that, and you're trying to keep this light box, that means that in general, to have a hat for a hat and someone for the running back, right? There's 5 offensive linemen, 5 defenders here. You need someone to come fill a gap, right? But FSU's banking on the fact that, their defensive line can win one up front and kind of stuff this up. And,
they did. I mean, ultimately they did. I think holding Clemson to a 4-yard gain with a light box is a successful play, in my opinion.
100%. Absolutely. They contained those guys for the most part until the second half, when the entire kind of philosophy got flipped on its head a little bit.
It's wild how much the bunch formations were a talking point for us last year, and they've really been not so much this year. We've seen them defend the bunch much better this year.
Communication on the back end has gotten a lot better, and I think it's noticeable.
So here's a good example of kind of one of the tendency breakers. Clemson had been going to a lot of hitches. Here you see, they're lined up head up here. There's a slant here. You've got kind of man coverage, essentially, and a safety. So you see he's able to kind of get a free release inside. That's an easy completion.
Safety's got to be there a little bit quicker.
Yeah, that's what I would say.
Yeah.
Is you're not worried about this.
If you're head up, you're going to give this slant up. It just is what it is. You're not leveraged to take this pass away, but it makes sense that if you're looking to stop hitches, that you're going to play a little bit more of a head up concept. We've seen a lot of swing routes like they're showing here from Clemson. So you're trying to play leverage on this back and also on the hitch.
Yeah, because if you inside leverage, that's an easy block. And
correct, right. And now Shipley's running away from your linebacker down the sideline.
So yeah,
in my opinion, Kevin Knowles has got to be there to knock his head off.
Yep, that's what I was thinking too. Is that this guy's got to be here?
Could be a guy too that's had a lot of struggles in the perimeter tackling. Maybe just giving himself a little bit of a cushion in case he missed one. Now he makes the tackle there. It's a 5-yard gain. Unfortunately, it's a conversion. But I'm with you guys. Get there, spot a little quicker.
I think he's bailing. I think he's bailing. He's not supposed to be. I don't think he needs to be bailing. He needs to play a little more flat-footed.
Yeah, you see him kind of playing deep a lot, but this is kind of more what you'd see traditionally out of a cover 4 safety, someone who's kind of got his eyes in the box, ready to break in. And
That's a great run fit.
yeah, let's see. I mean, again, you've got a light box here, so 6 on 6, and you just stuff it up.
They run split zone, and Tatum does a nice job just running through it.
And Jared does a good job mucking up the play, man. There was a lot of weird couch analysts saying that Verse had a bad game. I think even to the naked eye, like no sacks or anything. I thought he was very disruptive.
I thought he was dominant. In the first half, it was frustrating because it felt like pressure wasn't getting there. When you really start looking at what his impact was in the run game, he was lights out.
And there were times against BC too where like there were stretches at a time where you really felt his presence in person. So I don't understand that critique a whole lot, to be honest.
So this was my major concern going into this game was I knew Clemson would be trying to do this. So Jarian's right here by going outside, forcing this running back inside where he's got the safety hopefully filling that lane. And you just need to make that tackle.
It's a little passive, right, guys, on 2nd and 9.
Well, it's a lot of a product of your starting safety being out.
Yeah. I think that's a big hole for this defense right now. Holy moly!
Hey, big guy, close up there. There's old Diet Riley. All right, and here's us again. Fantastic.
There we go.
We got it. Yeah, it seemed clear like early in the game they wanted to put a lot of pressure on Kevin Knowles. I mean, they watched the BC game and they put pressure on him early. Makes sense.
I think we lost Trey here for a second. So
4th and 1, good drive by the defense here.
No, it looks like a quarterback sneak.
Dude, if I was Dabo, I would have gone for it here. I think, man. I
No, come on.
I would have.
Dabo is the.
Wait, how were you saying his name in the instant?
Oh yeah,
Did I say Dabo?
Dabo.
I don't know. I get all over the place in an instant.
Is that like the Mid-Atlantic accent coming through, or is that
I
just?
don't know. I just get talking. I don't know what's coming out. I don't know what I'm saying.
All right, we're lined up on offense. 2 back set.
21.
All right, I like this
personnel.
Like that as a first play.
Yeah. It was obvious that they wanted to get Jaheim Bell the ball against these linebackers.
That's Lawrence Toafili.
Oh, was it Toafili?
Yeah, he's just looking swole.
Yeah. Apologies.
You are right though, and Clemson's linebackers. I thought that's a very good
run that back.
So you get outside zone to start with,
Slow
right?
Motion into some offset pistol. Run split zone with LT is the backside lead.
Good job by the running back making Trotter miss. That's a very good linebacker right there.
Yeah, and you hold up well up front.
Not bad. Yeah,
probably the second most productive run on the day.
Yeah, I actually think
it's already
snarky.
I know it's true though, man.
All right, they're going to this 2 back set a lot here to begin with.
A very deliberate pace this year when Jordan Travis is leading the offense, right, guys? Like very deliberate, slow, calling everything out.
Counter.
Let's see.
Heard somebody try to call this power. It's not power. It's counter.
All right, where does 13 come from?
8,000 videos out there about it.
Right there.
So Maurice kind of
block longer. Yeah.
Maurice needs to hold off.
That's also a really good play.
Just so much of that, though. That people want run more plays. Do that. They've got to get that front 5 fixed.
For context, like Maurice, first game back, he missed the last 2 to injury. Watch him towards the end of the game. The snaps are low. Like that's not character. He's usually very clean with snaps. I don't think he was right, but like,
no, clearly not. A lot of people saw him getting treatment on the sideline and stuff like that. I'm with you, but the running game is a story of a block. It's almost there, so you can kind of see why they're sticking with it a lot. It's just they got to. That's a tough run. That's a tough run.
They got to run. They got to run blitz on. There's just no run it back.
Benson runs hard this game.
They got two. So they got 2 guys on Jordan. So everybody's like, "Oh, the Jordan, run the ball, Jordan, run the ball, Jordan." Like, all right, the end's forcing the give. They've got They've got, I believe it's Barrett Carter or safety coming down. Also,
That's all game though, AB, right? Like
yeah,
that,
pretty
Yeah,
much.
they
We'll see
weren't
as
letting
it goes,
JT
but-
bullet.
and then Jeremiah Trotter is just a free runner because
the read option is not given.
Can't climb to the second level.
They're not going to let Jordan run the ball.
Yeah, I mean,
under
Murray
zone run.
Smith gets beat by here, meaning that he has to get extra help. So none of this double team gets to
But the
work
back,
up here.
Roddick's got to be able to get up there. Like,
yeah, his back is turned. His back is turned away from the play. That's you got to hit
Roddick,
the guy.
the left guard.
Yes.
Yeah.
You'll see him. He gets completely
It should be
turned
an overtake
around.
by Bless, and Roddick's got to be up next level. But he gets stuck.
Well, yeah, the guy splits the double team. Neither of them do it.
Well, that shouldn't even be a double team.
So they end up having three. I guess it's three, or there's two guys mucking it up inside for Clemson.
It's just the left side's a mess on that play, and that was a good run by Benson.
He goes back there. Okay. I mean, I can buy that. Mo and he are going to work together there, and he's going to pass that off to Mo.
Yeah, either
I'm not
way.
sure what I don't know what their rules are for that.
I don't know what kind of first step that is for that type of play. What kind of steps are the left guard and left tackle taking there? We'll go from the snap.
And they're outside zone.
It's a zone step.
Yeah. They're just running the boards.
Did Mike today, AB, things are blending together for me. Didn't Mike say something about first steps with the run game? I think
the leverage is
they're
too high, dude. They're
it made
too
me
high.
think of that Keandre Jones play that you had focused on.
Yeah, later on.
Getting good pass blocking out of him.
Oh,
bad throw there.
So I think he pivoted the opposite direction.
Oh, that's right.
What JT was expecting.
Jordan was getting on Bell. I think it kind of indicated like keep going on the sideline for what it's worth.
Holy moly. Okay,
So you win this double team.
Very confused about what's going on here. Jaheim's not sure at all what they're running.
He puts his head down immediately after the play.
Yeah, just watch him. He's really slow and he looks confused.
Yeah, he's slow off the jump.
I'd like Roddick to get a better chip.
I'd
like Roddick to get a better chip on this guy before he goes to the second level, right, Adam?
I don't know. He gets him there. Bless just loses.
He doesn't hit his target on the second level.
Yeah.
Doesn't make him re-alter his try.
We're not winning the first level.
They're a mess right now.
Can't get to the second level if you don't win the first.
Byers just
what really blows us up is Bell's block, but yeah, no one else does well either.
I mean, Byers just gets stoned here. That can't happen.
Yeah.
Guy gets across Harris's face. Yeah, there's multiple one-on-ones you lost on this one.
And Clemson has the best defensive line you're going to face in the regular
Absolutely.
season. But 31
play
rushing
another good
yards.
one in Miami in a few weeks. I mean,
yeah, Miami's good too. I mean, 31 rushing yards though is problematic. It is a deep concern at this point because you're going to be to ultimately get where you want to go. You're going to be playing maybe Clemson again. Probably not as likely now, but
okay, that was. I don't even know. He's protecting the hell out of himself.
Look at the little twist he does. He does this a bunch in this game.
He's just trying not to get hit. He's trying to protect that shoulder.
Yeah, that's
pretty obvious. Right?
But the ball's there. A little slower than you'd like.
Slower, and I mean,
his feet are real. His feet are a mess.
And I think we'll see later on if that's a function of more of the pressure on that play, or if it's a function of the kind of that shoulder that's kind of dinged up a little bit, right?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think you still kind of expect Keon Coleman to be able to make that catch.
Yeah, you do.
I mean, attack the ball.
He does later.
Josh Farmer's there. I mean, that's good pressure. That's good.
So you're bringing 4.
Does a nice job collapsing the pocket here.
Yeah, Farmer here.
They're running slant, so that's a blown coverage.
I think it was Jarian and Shaheem had a miscommunication there. So nickel and safety based on them.
Yeah, one of the two has to be down here.
Yeah.
I think it was Jarian. Shaheem was yelling at Jarian.
Yeah, they play a lot of cover 4. It makes sense that he would be essentially the flat player. And who knows? That might be because Jarian just hasn't played a lot of nickel, and his instinct is to play outside corner in that.
Another great job against the run.
Yeah,
I thought
Farmer
Shaheen did a nice job coming and fitting the run.
Man,
this
look
week.
at
Fabo.
love it. Look at him disengage,
Watch
man.
Fabo. That's so good.
When he's good, when he's on, he is.
Jeez.
But Shaheen's been really late getting fitting in the box. He did a better job this week.
He did a really good job this week, if memory holds serve.
All right, so there's some of that quad stuff we'd seen.
And I
This is just
believe
a
that's just a tough
ridiculous
catch.
catch.
Yeah, so this is kind of what you're playing with. If you play too much inside leverage, you're gonna. There's easy responses to that.
He set up here. I mean, in fairness.
And the decent pressure there, kind of to y'all's point, Kevin. It looked like they did get some pressure in the first half. The kid just they either schemed it up really nice for him. I mean, he knows that he's going there right from jump just because it's isolated. But the kid got the ball up very quickly.
Yeah, I don't think that this was ever going to be something Clemson could do to you all game. I think you were happy with that.
Yeah.
If that's how they were converting third downs, you say, okay. All right.
Yeah, I know. Something on us. Thanks, bud.
It was, I think it was a helmet thing.
Personal fast.
I'm not saying those refs were laughing and chatting with Dabo an awful lot before the game. I'm just saying there's a lot of smiles and a lot of.
Oh, I like those type of theories.
A little flare there. That's a staple of that offense.
It is, and they did a really
that.
good job picking it up on it. Getting out there, getting good leverage.
All over. Yeah.
Nothing here.
Nice.
Yeah, good recognition by Gilbert Edmond there.
Keon's got to stay on top of that, though. He can't get.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Kalen goes the wrong way.
He can't get sealed there.
Yeah, he needs to go outside.
No, Edmond, good recognition there. Good disengage.
I think you're there, though.
You still get there. Yeah. They got you on this a couple times.
Yeah, this is tricky because
that kid's good. He's going to be a problem.
Which one is that? Brown?
Brown, yeah.
Because, I mean, think about this. You're running this play where he's got to take a slant, right? They've run slants here already. And so he's got to be there. But then he's got to also be able to pass him off and see this play. I think Green plays this about as well as you could ask.
It's good scheming because you get him on the move with your guy turning laterally to chase. And, that's exactly what the disadvantage you're at.
No, that's a play. And this is one of the Jared Verse plays I'm talking about. That play before last year, that's a way bigger gain last year against last year's defense.
Good job getting your hands up.
No, he's not athletic, guys.
Kev's the one that said he was too swole.
He is bigger, but
he's a big dude.
The run defense is better.
Big dude.
Can't run 40 yards as fast.
Yeah, there's some give and take there.
Oh yeah, for sure. Playing with a lot of power.
Yeah, lucky they didn't get called on any of these jumps.
Yeah, and then they go for it here. I believe they convert.
Yeah, I think they just run it up the middle. Yeah, inside zone.
That's not bad.
Yeah, I mean, this is a really solid.
You get a free runner here. I mean, Kalen's just got to come.
Lundy fills the wrong hole now.
Lundy doesn't fit in the right spot.
He's peaking. He's still had some growing pains. I know you guys were saying he's there with the other two, but I think there's still been times when
I don't even know what he's peaking at there.
I think he guesses more than the other two.
Yeah, he does.
Well, that's something we saw last week, a big time, Brendan, from the second unit of the linebackers. There's just a lot of guessing, dude. They don't have enough game time seasoning yet.
This is just a hold.
Yeah, they called it.
Did they?
Yeah, they called it OPI.
And then never again, by the way.
I mean, there's a massive hold in the inside here. I mean, Fabo just gets hugged. He gets.
They never called holding. That actually never happened. This is like Kevin said, it's an OPI.
FSU got away with the couple holds too. Is the pass interference?
I mean, everybody does. Yeah, it's
particular fair.
Yeah, what's funny is they called OPI on that, but they didn't call it on the much more blatant OPI later in the game.
Later on. Yeah.
No, they hit their one checkbox to maintain objectivity, so they're fine now.
I mean, half of Clemson's offense is OPI, so they won a national championship on an OPI.
Asterisk.
If any Clemson fans are watching, they really don't like that.
No,
I'm
they're not
sorry.
watching, dude. They're pretty salty this week. If their media is any indication.
I mean, who
Oh.
makes this play? This is a really good play. There's no one open here.
Pat Payton, who had his best game of the season, I thought, and this is one of a couple deflections.
Yeah, he was a monster in the pass deflection game. That was a very good performance, like you said, Brent. I think Farmer has a nice rep here.
Yeah, Farmer's great.
God, he looks so much different than he did against
in the BC game. So real quick with Peyton running, he has his arms up and doesn't leave his feet until the last second. Like they coach that so much, but like spoiler alert, the Kalen DeLoach play later. Like
another Kalen, you got to go over the top, man.
Practice like loose ball and someone deflecting it and knocking it. Like it's just really cool to see these muscle memory drills show up over and over again.
Oh,
like
Kalen, that's really bad.
Got to force it back into your help.
He's done that so many times. It's like he over trusts his speed. Like he thinks he'll be able to catch this guy.
Yeah, never.
No, you gotta go to your help, man. Because if you play this outside, then the safety can play, Fabian can play. You give Tatum a chance.
Down in distance, 2nd and 25. You're just trying to limit the damage, right?
Well, just in general, that's how it should be.
And then you miss a tackle.
Yeah, that's another Akeem Dent's out. You need him back.
And then you blitz him.
Shared verse pressure.
This is a well-designed play. They know that you're going to switch. They know that when they motion over here, since you're playing man coverage, if these guys cross, he's going to take him. And if you snap this at the right moment, you can get him out of leverage. So here, he's still gathering himself on this crosser because they just switched. They do a good job communicating the switch. He's just...
Yeah, he's dead to rights from the snap, right, Kevin? He's recovering.
That's their fastest kid.
Yeah.
So a lot of scheme stuff early for Clemson where they're just getting you in bad situations. Fair on this drive?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. And then missed tackles too, which we knew perimeter tackling was going to be tested big time. They failed it on this drive. You can't. They can never convert a 1st and 25, man. That's unacceptable.
But again, there's a point in time when this safety should be watching number 3 and helping out in those situations. And I think he's just they're blitzing him. Yeah, so they just got man free. So
but AZ can't overrun.
Yeah, he's got to be ready for that.
Yeah, he knows they're switching it. He's got to be prepared for that.
Yeah, he knows. At least he gets his eyes in the right place, but yeah, just gets toasted.
He takes himself out of leverage.
Good throw by Klubnik too to stand in the pocket with a lot of guys in his face.
All right, 1st and 15. So far, just little things, and I don't think Clemson's made an incompletion at this point. That wasn't tipped.
More pressure again from the line, like we said.
Right, we're seeing the back now.
Look at the
get off, man. Great. Yeah,
he had his best game.
So they know at this point that when this guy releases inside, he switches onto linebacker, which means he's got to take the running back. Right? So you see right off the line. Right off the line, it looks like he's coming inside on like a mesh or something, right? So the linebacker has to pick him up because they don't want the corner chasing him across the field. But then he's going to quickly go back out, and the corner has to take the running back who's running out of leverage. Right? He's got to somehow make up ground here. So this is just a well-designed play.
What I don't like is how deep we carry this, like how open we get to chase that slant.
Yeah, like you'd like for him to close.
Yeah, our backs to everything right now. Like it maintains my eyes.
Is that a function of kind of like the mirror style of like pass defense that we play?
That's more Kev's department.
Okay, Kevin, what do you think about that? It's like we like to see the play unfold in front of us instead of rushing to the spot. Is that a consequence of the coaching? Like, I just feel like there's a lot of times where if we could have been there a snap earlier, maybe you expose yourself to a larger play, but you'd take a 9-yard gain to a 2-yard gain.
Yeah, I think this is a tricky one because this is not something I've seen them run much this year. They've run a lot of wheels out of the backfield, so he's probably waiting on this.
Gotcha.
and you see it and it's inside, you'd like for him to break faster on it. Like at this point, you'd like for him to recognize right there and break. And maybe you can, limit this to 4 or 5 yards and say, tip of your hat, you showed us something that you hadn't shown before. A little tricky play, kind of take advantage of us.
Look at Fisk getting held there, by the way.
God, he gets off the ball fast. Yeah, dude, great drives designed by Riley. He's getting Florida State secondary, who is already worried about the perimeter tackling. A lot of stuff to think about in the passing game, right?
Yeah, I mean,
just a lot of tendency breakers early too, which that's going to play fits with you.
Oh, Jared Verse in the backfield, not athletic.
I think we busted that myth.
No, I'm not done with it yet. I want to.
All right, man. You keep.
There's a pressure too, by the way.
Yeah, they've been generating pressure. Well, I think they're blitzing here.
That's what I meant. It's a pressure.
It's a draw, but look what he does with the run lane.
Yeah,
he collapses it.
He does a good job beating him across his face.
And look at here, the favorite.
Is that one in?
The second greatest story in college
just
football.
past his Series 7 was going to be managing quite the portfolio until Dabo pulled him off Wall Street.
I know they're like this great rags to riches story. Dude's about to be a slinging municipal bonds or something like that.
Listen, dude, just be thankful you didn't have to hear that putrid broadcast every time that guy's name was brought up.
Yeah, that shoulder is definitely not right. There is no rotation at all in his upper body.
Adam, you can see he looks like visibly off even on a short throw like that.
Yeah, he's still got the brace on there. They talked about he took the brace off at some point. But watch his.
Yeah, he can't throw. He can't turn.
He's like He's
like, what?
Well.
And then Mo misses.
I'm not going to stand up and do it.
Mo misses this block here.
This play is important. Watch how aggressive they are in attacking this.
Yeah, and you seal them off, and you actually might have a big play here if your center can reach the backside.
Just out of position.
Number 13 was giving you fits.
Tyler Davis.
Man,
was that
it's the same crap we saw against LSU.
Yeah, they screw up. They screw up your timing, dude. They disrupt it.
He just can't get back on it.
I will say it was pretty loud down there. There might be some amount of them being able to jump this little snap thing they were doing.
So one thing, watch, can we go back? Watch before the play. I'm not sure if it's cut up so close, but FSU's right guard the entire game hits the center. I think they call it a gator snap. But basically he's hitting the center and there's a second later he snaps it. So they were doing that the entire game.
That's what I'm saying. That because you had to do that, it makes it easier to jump the snap. So there might be something to that, but
and I think there's some speculation. I'm pretty sure it's right. I think Maurice has some issues with hearing. So in that environment, that's a necessity for you to do that silent count basically.
They didn't have a false start the entire game, which is something.
Impressive.
Man,
but the defense knows when you hit the center, a second later the ball is going to be snapped. So they're able to get a consistent jump, and that was a trade-off I think you had to make.
Yeah, he blows this up to the point where you can't even pull your guys.
3 players have to block him.
He's got to stick his nose in there and just get.
This is one of the few times this game I'll say that they need to cut this up.
They're too high, man. I don't feel like the offensive line plays with great leverage in the run game. Adam, I don't know what you think. It just looks too high, dude, and they allow themselves to get knocked off track you know what I'm saying?
I think the left side's in good position. They just don't win. It's just not a good run blocking line. I mean, we've said from the get-go that Bless's strength was in pass pro. And the numbers bear that out, I believe. He's highly regarded as a pass blocker, but as a run blocker, he's middle of the road.
He's 8th in the country in pass blocking as a tackle right now.
There's not anything special going on there from that front for Clemson. They're good physical players, but you're just getting beat physically.
Oh, what happens here? Where'd Trotter come from?
54, so middle linebacker.
We overextend on the double there on Woods and
watch Byers' eyes here. He sees the inside guy, which is who he should be getting, right? Oh, he's inside out?
No, Meach should be on him.
Yeah, they gotta work off that double team, right, Adam? And
Meach overplays the Whoever plays Woods crossing his face.
Yeah,
which is
you see
fine.
someone cross, you need to take the next guy outside.
Byers is looking at the no.
Yeah,
Like-
he is, but he's got the outside guy. I mean, he's just coming off. He should be on the.
They're
Meech.
right. It's that's Meech.
Oof.
Meech is too slow to come off this guy crossing his face.
It's tough. Look, this is a tough scheme. You got a wide 3-tech crossing your face with a little bit of a delay coming right behind it.
Yeah, he
That's
just
not, That's not
overextends.
easy. I'm saying like
it's
he's
not
wrong.
easy, but
It's not
Emmanuel's out of
easy.
position. He doesn't have his weight set under him. He doesn't have his head scanning the field looking for another guy coming in. It's just like you said, tough play, but poor technique, and he's out of position, and the play gets blown up.
I just don't think they're very good up front.
Not in this.
Yeah,
game
but I was
so
told
far.
that this is the most experienced offensive line in the country, and that's
Well, it
only-
is,
it
but that
doesn't
doesn't mean
matter.
you're good.
But
No, that's the only stat that matters.
Experience
AB.
doesn't equate to goodness.
I don't know.
I'm interested to see what happens with this unit over the bye and what ends up happening. Because I don't know. Do you just embrace the pass because you got a pretty decent pass blocking off? They just screwed up a pass pro. I don't know, dude. I'm with you. I think the line's pretty average so far.
Is Meech a guy? I know we don't talk injuries, but he plays like half the game. Is he a guy that's like dinged up, or like what's the deal there with?
Or is that by design?
Did you
a
never see
rotational
Jones go?
design?
Jones doesn't go in for Roddick. Why is he
no,
only
if
going
I
for
had
Meech?
someone express like conditioning needs to be better for him.
I mean, it looks for which? For Meech?
For Meech.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of looks like it there. I mean,
And then with like, AB and you and I were talking about this the other day. Like,
yeah,
their transfer additions, they brought in 3 offensive linemen with various levels of experience, but all had starting experience at various levels of football. I don't know who's been a legitimate like plus player for you between Casey Roddick, Jeremiah Byers, who gets benched later on in this game, and then Keandre Jones, who does some things well, but he's not super fleet of foot, and he's been dealing with some injuries since the time he got to campus. So like,
yeah.
He's the inverse Bless Harris.
I'm just interested to see if Robert Scott gets back, and when he does, if he ends up taking Bless's spot, or they do a little bit of shuffling throughout that line with his addition. That intrigues. This offensive line, I think it's rare to have this level of intriguing, like important storylines for a 4-0 team with probably the best resume in the country. But you still got stuff to watch.
2014 season, they
Yeah.
struggled to block all year long, and they moved Cam Irving to center one week,
Right.
and everything shifted for them. Not saying that's what's going to happen, but like
There's
it
precedent.
is a living, breathing thing that's going to keep
Yeah,
changing and evolving
It's
throughout
constant.
the season.
Yeah, I mean, you've got Darius Washington playing at a really high level.
Yeah.
But that's at center. We haven't seen him at tackle, though he comes at the end of this game. I look forward to seeing that. Like,
He'll be all
it
right.
seems like he's a guy you need to get in your lineup more, but there's value for him kind of being a swing guy because of Mo's injury history and potentially still being dinged up right now.
Hard to get a lot of continuity, right, guys?
We had the
It's
conversation
hard.
earlier today about, and I don't want to get into the weeds. I want to get back into the film, but we had the conversation earlier today about our concerns, and I kind of said that my concern long term is the offense over the defense, and it's really this group. Like, I don't know if you've got answers.
I think I would be interested for us to go back, look at some of the rushing numbers last year for the first few games of the season. I remember Alex Atkins talking very specifically about like eyes not being very good or crisp at the beginning of the year, and it got markedly better. You have gone against 2 of the 3 best defensive fronts you're going to play in the first
Yeah,
week.
that's fair.
Like, I understand the concern. I pushed the concern away when AB pointed out 2 weeks ago, and like that's now emerged and shown like that's a real thing, and it could be really problematic for you throughout the year. There's also room for it to keep getting better. You're talking about 2.5, 3 guys who haven't played in this scheme that long. Like, it can get better as the year goes on.
Right.
The communication's not there either. From that Meech-Mo exchange, the communication's not there yet either. That has room to improve.
It's not there. If it's not Trey, like that, like the playing fast, the being confident, the being physical, like all those things are secondary to like knowing where you are and what you're going to do. Like that.
Too much confusion. Kevin, what were you going to say?
I mean, I remember last year specifically us being like, they can't run outside zone. They can't run outside zone. You saw it against Duquesne. They couldn't run outside zone. They couldn't do it against Louisville. It's one of the reasons they stalled out. And then like they figured it out.
Clemson.
And
Yeah,
Clemson, they went
ran it
off
to
against
death.
outside zone and they had
Yeah.
it the rest of the season, you know?
When was
And-
that? 6th game of the season?
Yeah, something
Yeah.
6 or
7?
7. Yeah,
So like, yeah, but
Yeah.
it's still evolving.
yeah, absolutely.
We'll see. All right. Clemson's running counter.
There's a lot of
TBD.
There's a lot of moving pieces right now.
DVD. Well, his only bad punt, Master Mano's only bad punt of the game. He had a good
He had a
game.
hell of
Out
a
of the way
day. We
early.
won't talk
Come on.
about it, but he had a hell of a day.
Oh, dude, smacking them balls.
All right.
Wait, don't make it
All right.
weird.
So
man.
this is
Well, you said smacking them balls.
Yeah, because I'm talking footballs with my friend.
OPI called
this
it.
is OPI.
yeah, this
at
is big OPI.
the highest level.
That 80 whiffs on a pretty important block later in the day. Remember that.
I mean, that's
Dude,
they're not
that's
even pretending
gracious.
it's not OPI.
He's not
And this-
running, but
Not
This
even
is the
trying.
thing. The
So,
way you answer that circle route is you essentially just say, we're going to man up no matter what.
yeah,
Like, we're not going to do that switching thing.
mm-hmm.
But then, like, if they're going to OPI you, you can't man up straight up because then they'll just OPI you.
Bro, that's so blatant, man. That's terrible.
You can't coach it up that way. There's no way.
Like, this is,
No,
I don't know how
makes-
this isn't called. This is like the worst penalty I've ever seen. Like, what?
but think about the remainder of this drive and the narrative about the defense and stuff like that. Like
Yeah,
they
you've
go
let
and
up
score
3
here, they
points
go
at this
10-0, and a big factor was that play.
Oh, hold.
yeah, he had too much time, but like you said, it was
Fiske
a,
gets held
oh
up.
god, that's a brutal hold. That's a brutal hold on Fisk.
Oh, don't zoom in.
Bro, it's by the neck. They're neck
two of 'em.
grabbers. They're neck grabbers.
Well, okay. So you saw in the first drive. So let's talk about all of this. You saw in the first drive, you're getting a decent pass rush with 4. So you're feeling pretty comfortable about it. You're like, I'm not going to bring too much. Then you're like, you take out Kevin Knowles because he wasn't hitting anybody. And you know that Ashlyn Barker's going to be able to hit somebody. That's what he was brought in to be able to do. And so you put him here. Clemson sees this. They send a deep shot man on man with him. And they get the freshman corner one-on-one, and he gets enough time because of, just really sound blocking technique.
Yeah, just textbook, man. Textbook.
Is this the third drive for
is that
Clemson?
Greedy Vance?
It's a Greedy. Greedy's the
Greedy.
safety.
No.
Okay,
21.
now,
Ashton
yeah.
Barker was the safety. Greedy's the slot, and
Yeah,
they
yeah,
usually
yeah.
put the last few weeks, or at least last week, they put Barker in the third series. So I think Clemson knew that rotation was going to come, and they went right after where the boundary safety would have been.
Greedy just gives up leverage. I mean, he just gets cooked.
Yeah.
You can't see it because they're zoomed in on the.
But
Yeah,
where's
it's essentially a Mills route. You get the safety to step up on
Mhm.
this inside route, and you send a post. And Greedy's got outside leverage because
Yeah,
in theory
he's-
there's a safety, but he's had to step up. This is a classic cover 4 beater. They know you're running a fair amount of cover 4 because you either play man or cover 4. They notice that you're playing cover 4 when they went to these bunch sets, and
It's a
they
clean
drew up
call.
something nice against it. And in theory, you've got some of the best pass rushers in the country that get there before you can sit there for 6 seconds.
Oh, and
he
yet
wasn't
Peyton's
being
almost
held.
there. Yeah, the interior pressure would have helped out giving Peyton just an extra little quarter of a second, but
Somebody told me this. I believe it, that Greedy's mom was giving him hell after the game about this play.
Yeah, I mean, this shouldn't be that easy downfield.
Yeah,
He's wide open.
He's leverage is just not good from the start.
the defensive line's playing better than I thought they did in the first half so far, I think.
I mean, he's defending a guy who ends up running an in-breaking route, and the dude's already like 3 yards inside of him. So I think I think he's cheating on something else there, and it doesn't come.
Yeah, you got Klubnik looking off the safety, who could potentially help in the middle of the field.
Yeah, you see him flash late, but it's a nice job. Good design
Clemson
and
drew that up
good
against
eyes by
you.
Cade.
Not a good
He
play
stood
by.
in there because he could have. There is legitimate pressure there. Like he could have come off of that. He
That's
did
a good ball.
job.
Give him
Yeah.
credit.
He's a player.
All right, so you're still only giving up 3. Good run defense there.
Oh, so people are very frustrated about and I think legitimately so, some of the substitution patterns, like Omar Graham being in down here.
Just do it another time, man. Not
Yeah,
at the goal line.
I don't disagree.
Omar makes the
He does make the tackle.
Or is
Like,
it Shaheem Brown?
he makes
Sorry.
plays. It's
Omar's a thumper, you know? He'll hit somebody. This
This
is
this
is a
call. I mean, it's the right call. It's first
I
off,
don't know.
He did hook him. He hooked him on the
This guy
replay.
shouldn't
Yeah.
be making this call. There's no reason for him. I asked a college official, and he said that dude should not be on that call.
yeah, this guy should, not that guy.
Or the one standing right there.
Yeah.
I thought Bethune hooked him.
He did. It was absolutely the right call. But that guy should not have made the call. The two guys that are standing there were the ones that had eyes on it and should have been responsible for this call.
I'm
Man,
still
that's
with
such
you.
a hard play to defend without hooking.
Yeah, I don't know.
Conspiracy still holds true. I'm with you guys.
We
Got him, little old penalty.
see.
Silly little penalties.
I don't think that's benign.
That's
it's
kind of a
no-
weak hook, but
Dude,
it is.
they show it up. I don't know.
Look at it.
It's a hook, dude.
Well, you know
I
what?
mean,
You and Dabo are right, Trey. Good job.
Don't you
if you let
ever
the-
put me
if
on
you
the
let
same
the
side as
blatant
him.
OPI
That,
go
I'll
from
quit
earlier.
right now.
Right. That was my problem. Was this is way lighter than that OPI where we saw a dude just straight up block a guy.
They do a good
Oh,
job of
that's
spacing
soft. That's
spacing
just-
there too. That offense is coached pretty well.
Yeah, I
Man,
think
they play
next
good in
year
the red
that
zone, this
Clemson offense is
defense.
going to give you problems. Like a
I
lot
think
of
so.
teams,
They
like,
keep finding some playmakers out wide.
yeah.
Once
Maybe
you lose
Dabo
Shipley, you lose Maffa, or well,
transfer
you lose
portal.
Shipley. I don't know about Maffa, but
We're gonna
Dabo would
score
never.
here.
How dare you?
Dabo. We're back to Dabo.
Dabo.
All right. Spread
Down
them
10
out.
nothing.
All right, you're getting
Oh,
The
all right,
biscuit
guys. You want
man.
Hard
biscuit?
towards
You
your
got
runs.
biscuit.
Oh man, I wanted more biscuit. I cannot believe
Fresh out the oven, brother. Oh,
they've got to play too. They've got a play
They
set
do.
up there.
Well,
I'm
assuming he
not
can
saying it's
hold on
going
to
for
the
100.
ball.
I'm not saying it's going.
I'm not
for a
confident.
touchdown.
I'm not confident that Byers can wall that guy off. I think that would have been stopped pretty
I
quick.
think he gets 5 or 6.
I was going to say, you should get a positive play on first
I
down.
don't know. Big man's getting 5 on that one, brother. Morlock across.
Oh, look at this.
Rocking and rolling the safeties.
Yeah,
7-man
they rolled a
box.
safety up.
You ain't running in there. But 2nd and 10, Mike's going. Oh, he didn't.
Oh, he didn't run it.
Face, dude.
Man,
He actually
it
threw it
seemed
for a
like
first
2nd and 10, he was running no matter what.
But the defense thought they were, right?
Oh yeah, they rock and rolled.
Yeah, you get a
little
one-on-one
back shoulder
linebacker
throw.
on running back.
I wonder if it's because of the pressure again, but you saw the Jordan kind of torque again. Even that throw, like he's still kind of doing this weird little.
Yeah,
like,
this is a bad throw on Jordan.
That was a great catch by Trey Benson, by the way. A guy who's had some tough sled in the past couple games.
Yeah.
I thought he's actually looked pretty good in the passing game.
I don't know if that was a catch. I'm glad they didn't do a review on
It was a
that.
catch.
But he rotates a little more there.
Yeah,
he
it just
was
looks like the
earlier.
rotation is late. Like
Yeah.
he doesn't rotate his front side fully until his backside has rotated through.
This is post brace, I believe, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, he's got to throw that more in the middle of the field. That's actually open. He threw it behind him.
There was not a lot of space for FSU's receivers on the day. Give Clemson's secondary a lot of credit for a unit that was pretty bad last year. They look
Right.
pretty good
I
this
mean,
year.
I think we've got to tell here on the offensive line. Look at this depth. That's pretty.
Yeah, dude, I think you're
looks
right.
That looks pretty obvious to me.
Counter.
Well, that's why they've been doing a lot of the play action stuff off of the single guard pulling, I'd imagine. Oh, what is he seeing here? I think this is
So they've got again. You've got multiple dudes on Jordan.
Yeah.
Oh, this is on the back 1,000%.
Yeah, this is logged.
Here's what he's seeing. He's looking at that tackle's ass, and right now it's telling him to go inside.
Yeah, that's true.
So Bless doesn't get over enough.
No,
Is
it's
that
too
what's
slow.
happening? No.
It's too slow.
Yeah, Bless is slow, and that messes this.
Oh,
read.
yeah, that's a terrible first step, dude. It's like a jab step to the left. That's terrible technique, right, Adam?
I wasn't even looking at his feet. Honestly.
Just look when the ball gets snapped.
Adam's too
It's a wasted step.
Bless Harris, left tackle. Yeah.
What is
No.
that?
I mean, that's what they
Is
teach.
that by design?
They
That's
teach
what
him to
Yep.
icky shuffle first.
Mhm.
Dude, I don't know. I guess what is that to get the timing or something?
That's what he teaches.
Okay, cool.
I mean, Tofili also has to have a little
It's just
patience
too
here.
slow.
He's got to see that this is getting logged, that there's leverage.
He's already made his move.
And he is
like,
too
he's already
slow.
made his decision. Like
Yeah, I agree. He's got to bounce it. I mean,
but have a half second of patience. That's what made Trayshawn Ward so good, was that he bounced.
man, listen, I was watching I watched some counter clips from last year.
Trayshawn Ward saved
you
you.
are 1,000% right. Trayshawn Ward set these counter runs up so much better than any back on this team does.
So you think it's a patience issue, Adam?
Well, I just think it's
patience.
it's offensive line, it's patience and eyes. Yeah, I mean,
Close snap.
nice catch. Morlock had a good receiver.
Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Morlock does exactly what Keon Coleman didn't, which was come back on a contested curl route and make the catch.
Just not deep enough.
They got you. They got you dead to rights on that 3rd and long. That's the Bless pulling thing. Is that something he can get? He's an athletic guy. Is it just a comfortability issue? Like he's just not comfortable in that athletic motion? I don't understand. Like,
That looked ugly.
yeah, it just look
Going to get a little
wonky.
RPO here. I'm surprised Jordan didn't throw this.
I think he probably has seen enough of that go bad this year.
Yeah,
Determines, I'm taking.
But
God, he's
I mean,
tough, dude. He's so
He
tough.
is
yeah,
tough.
absolutely.
but that's what the Morlock catch buys you, is an opportunity to go for it on 4th and 1.
Yeah.
Never question Norvell's 4th down math either, man. I like the way from a game theory
Yeah, here's
way
the
that he
little
calls
thing.
it.
That they do. They snap it right after this tap. Makes it pretty easy to jump.
Counter boot.
I want to see them do more of this.
Me too.
They did
I
it on
know
the
they
first
did it-
series. Yeah.
Like it'll just be like you'll do it one drive a couple times and then you won't do it for a couple drives, and it's just like, I don't know, this needs to be a staple.
I'm with you. I'm with you. It sounds like they do a couple of neat things on the first drive or the first couple, and then it's kind of like, okay, we hit that, and then we kind of get back to what we're comfortable with. I'm with you. Sticking to this a little bit more, then you can build some fun stuff off of it. Big boy's running.
Your yards per play on play action rollouts.
Here's what I want to see. Pause it here.
Kev?
Pause it here. Pause it here.
I'll give the okay. Soapbox.
Here's what I want to see. Biscuit off the field, and let's get another wide receiver out there.
Yes, I'm
Let's
with you.
I'd love to see a little 11 personnel.
I'd be curious to see when they went by these 2x2 stacks. It felt like the ball was just moving so much better. The box was lighter. They were able to space the field out. I don't know.
Ain't nobody buying Biscuit out there as the
That's true.
I know.
back receiver. Come on, man.
And maybe that's just you don't want to give them time to substitute, obviously. But that's something, Kevin. Let's take the second touchdown drive. I thought that they looked very fluid, nice rhythm. I really want to analyze that one to see what they did, because I feel just as a layman, I'd like to see more of that.
Way to throw that in a window.
Yeah,
Damn.
that's. I don't know if that's the right read, but
A lot of trust.
Jeez, and a ref.
But you got a 6'7" guy going over the
fired
middle.
that
You
freaking
trust
thing
him.
in there too.
Yeah, lots of this little 2x2 stack. I mean, it's really just giving space for your receivers to operate.
I'd like to run
Easy
out of this
window
look.
for Jordan too. Agreed.
I think that'd be that's a fun one to run out of. I
Hey,
think.
there's some stuff we had been talking about. Nice job by Jordan taking the underneath,
On 2nd and 1,
move the chains. Let Jaheim Bell try to break a tackle.
Any other
This is-
team, man, he's breaking that and going for a TD. So that's very good technique by Clemson secondary.
So if stuck with it, this drive now is what, the 3rd or 4th total
Mhm.
stack? Triple counter.
Yeah.
You've got numbers.
Well, they
Yep.
break it, but Blesk
See?
just gets blown up. No.
He's-
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Is it Meach? Meach gets blown up. My apologies.
Right guard.
So-
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, but Bless has got to do a better job walling off that guy at the second level.
Get denoganized. Holy
Oh
Oof.
man.
bad pull.
And that impacts Benson. He gets pulled back.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, you got it too high. I feel like they're too high, dude. I know I keep saying it. I don't know. Or is that just a man?
Yeah,
Maybe that's
just
just
called
a
getting your ass
man.
kicked.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good run.
But
Look at Trey Benson running hard. That's more of that.
But look at this successful play, right? When you don't have 5 tight ends on the field, maybe you can get a light box every now and then, right, guys?
Yeah, they
Like
have-
Well, you
they
got
have
2 tight ends.
ends.
You have
They
2
have two
tight
tight
ends.
ends.
whatever,
You're
spread out. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Spread
yeah,
it
yeah.
out.
yeah, but yeah, now you've got 6 people in the box instead of 7 or 8.
Yeah, and ideally, dude, I want that set without the tight ends.
I wouldn't mind it. At least just 1 tight end.
Yeah, just Jaheim. Jaheim
I
likes to
didn't,
hit
they
people.
didn't. I don't remember them coming back. I'm curious to see if they come back to it in the second half. I don't remember them doing it a ton.
No, second half just seemed like kind of a vert fest.
All right, same look you saw before. Their man coverage. Got a linebacker and a running back. I mean, you can debate whether or not this
I don't
is
know
a
why he's
matchup.
not throwing.
Well, he's fading away. I mean, I don't know why he's not throwing it either, but I don't know why he's doing a fade
No,
at the shoulder. He's kind of fade away there.
And I get it. I get it. It's the matchup. I get it. But Barrett
Yeah,
Carter's not a
I was
scrub.
going to say that's a really good.
Barrett Carter's
dude.
not a scrub, and you got. I think it's Johnny. I don't know if it's Johnny or Keon. You've got him right
Johnny's
now,
sitting
like
there. Yeah.
for
Throw
5.
it now. Throw it
For
now.
5. Put it on him.
Yeah, take the yards.
Let's get to 2nd and 5. And I know that they're going to score on us. Whatever, it's nitpicking, but
No, I'm with you. I'm with you though.
not every throw's got to be the matchup because it's a 1-on-1 down the field. Hey, they ran Jordan.
Yeah, I don't mind this, but holy crap, you can't block.
Just can't block them.
Oh, what happened,
mean-
Roddick?
Roddick
doesn't-
is not. He might as well not be there.
Somebody doesn't hit anyone.
Dude, they don't.
Everybody else does their job. You might actually have a pretty big play here if Roddick gets this guy. Oh, you don't reach him. That
But he's
hurts
out
too.
of play
But if
He-
Roddick
he's
gets
out of
his
the play.
guy, that creates a
Yeah.
different
because
angle.
Biscuit might help with that or whatever.
Brendan, are they better at
You're going to end up with
pulling
Jordan
in?
1-on-1.
Brendan, are they better at
Practice?
pulling in practice, dude? Because they don't hit anybody on these. For a
Dude,
team that pulls over and over again, I am very disappointed with the non-violence and the awkwardness with which they pull across the line. And in pass blocking, they look good. They're a good pass
It's the
blocking
exact
team,
opposite
dude.
of what we thought and what we saw and what people thought. Like it was the exact
This
opposite.
play rules so hard, dude.
Yeah, they fake this screen, and this guy just eats it.
Yeah, good job.
And that was set
Using
up
the
earlier when
aggressiveness.
they ran the screen on the same set, and Clemson played it really aggressively
Mm-hmm.
on this drive before. So
Yep, you see him setting it up.
Oh, it's the same thing how Clemson caught
Confused.
Thomas flat-footed, but
Yeah.
they did it with emotion, whereas Keon just did it with a Keon.
Ooh, I'll be happy to see him going.
Yeah, he's that like kid that never played organized basketball that shows up to like your casual basketball game and shoots 50% from 3-point land, and you're like,
Nice
who are you?
spill, good fit by Lundy.
this
Yeah.
is the drive. This is the 4th defensive drive for
Is that,
FSU.
is that Byron
This is,
Turner?
this is the one that pisses me off.
Yeah, that's
I think
Turner.
This is the drive where it was like, okay,
It's
you
a
guys gonna
great
figure it
fill
out or
by
not?
Shaheem. This is
Yeah.
exactly what you're talking about. He sees this handoff and he triggers. This is him coming to his own. This is him being
Yeah.
the safety he has.
He's a
the
grown man
potential to be.
there.
I like he does
That's,
it with
that's
control,
definitely the dude
too.
they thought he could be. They fit it really well up front too. Oh, come on.
I just what I don't get is this.
Bail. On 2nd and 9.
I mean, you're playing cover 2 man.
I'm not convinced they are. Or if they are, I don't know why he's so far off here. If it's not some kind of cover 4.
I mean, it doesn't look like cover 4 anywhere else, does it?
Um
You're the coverage guy. I'm taking your word for it here.
yeah, it's
You're a straight man up top.
A lot
you
of
would think if there's
distance.
cover 4, there's an undercall or something like that.
I mean,
It
I
doesn't
just think-
make sense for
just
him to
think you
carry
get
that.
beat.
Is Thomas too far away from the receiver right? Like, there's no way he can close on that, right? Is that just the way it's how that call works? Just a good call by the offense. It just seems like a lot of space right,
I'm okay with
like,
it. Like
here.
off man's okay. He just,
He's just
Just-
slow.
Yeah.
And what I don't get is if you have this guy back here, why is he not more aggressive?
Right. He should be playing up more in theory.
Like he has that should give you the freedom to like get beat and have protection.
You got help,
you know?
yeah.
So
And
I
once
don't
again,
understand what he's protecting here.
but over the middle, tendency breaker from Clemson, right? Another one where it's like they weren't necessarily. I'm not going to say they weren't prepared for it, but I don't think they expected it as much, and they hit on it, right?
This is the drive I got most frustrated at Fuller in game, and it's because of stuff like this. It's like this is no longer a tendency breaker. We've seen
Because they've
it.
done it,
Like,
yeah.
They
very
did the
quick,
same
that's
play,
true.
I think the first or second drive. They did the same exact concept. It was just the other side of the field. Yeah.
Fair enough.
I don't understand why he's so soft there.
Oh,
What she said.
Gilbert.
They ran quarterback spy for everyone who wanted to see it last week. There it is.
Yeah, good pressure.
I mean, that's a hold.
It is.
That's
Is the angle from Kalen here a little off?
Yes. That's Kalen's biggest thing is that he makes these, he's so athletic, he makes these plays, but you see him going under blocks and taking these bad angles consistently.
Hopping inside when he doesn't really need to and kind of trusting himself. And he's there, but this could be a negative play. And he makes up for it later. But yeah, I'm with you. That's something that you kind of always see, right?
I don't know. I'm not sure I agree. He's on the back. He stays on the back hip, like maybe initially, but he does a pretty good job of staying on the back hip so the cutback's not there.
That is a ton of space. I
just think he comes this way. I don't know.
The first step is probably, and that makes all the difference, right?
Klubnik's actually a pretty fast dude. I think he's a legit 4'6" dude.
He's going to be a very good quarterback. It's going to happen.
He was very good in this game.
He might already be.
The training wheels are on a little bit. He's not doing anything
he's not special right now.
They're not going to ask him to do it's the Clemson offense, right? Like they don't ask that much of their guys, do they?
Well, yeah.
Historic, like ever.
This is what they want, right?
Yeah.
Just a little spacing concept.
Mm-hmm. We're just a little too deep.
Yeah, you got safeties back there, right? It's hard to see, but yeah, you got a safety back here. I just don't understand. I mean, just be a little bit more aggressive there. Make that read a little bit harder.
And like going into the game, I talked about like putting pressure on Klubnik. He didn't really push the ball downfield a ton either. We saw a little bit against FAU, but like there's not a whole lot of evidence that like he's going to kill you throwing the ball.
Here you go.
It didn't exist.
He's all timing throws.
And there he goes vertically. But that's him getting a matchup.
Yeah.
How did they set? So I'm curious to get your guys' thoughts because there wasn't any other point where FSU had a defensive end exchange on that maybe one other play. I don't recall. So I just don't. Clemson called it into the perfect coverage.
I think it just
sometimes you feel like a nut. Sometimes you don't. Sometimes you get the right.
Man, if I had $1 for every time I said that very popular saying.
Sometimes you get the right play call. I mean, it happens.
Yeah, they got you, dude. It was a good call.
There's no tendency saying second and 10 or 1st and 10 and 2 minutes left in the second quarter. They're going to drop the.
It's a little circle concept you guys spent time on earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, it's the exact same play.
But again, we're just too passive.
Like that's I think the frustrating part with this drive is second time we've seen the same play work out on this drive. Not a play that had worked earlier successfully, and there's not really any.
It's Shipley. I mean, Shipley gives AZ the business here. This is dirty with that move.
Yeah,
that's nice.
That's a very tight cut. It doesn't seem to me, guys. There's not too many intra-half adjustments. Half to half, you see a lot of difference in the guys, but it doesn't. And maybe it's obviously pretty difficult, especially when.
Well, I think we've seen a mix of good play calling, a couple of just like the OPI sprung you a big one, and Clemson made a few plays.
It wasn't as bad as I remember it. I feel like, man, they really outcoached your defense.
I thought more so than anything in this game. You just lost one-on-ones more than like you screwed up some schematic thing.
It wasn't busted coverages, but they seem to
there's some predictability to your defense, and that's
Yes.
always been the case. And
We talk about maybe with the term aggressive is too nebulous. I mean, dictating terms, like I just know how we want to phrase it, but it seemed like that passiveness.
I think that
calculation.
the passiveness, like we're looking at AZ on that play, and he's flat-footed, or we looked at one earlier, and the DB was kind of flat-footed, and then the spacing route, we were too deep. Like it seems like that goes away in the second half for whatever reason. It's
Honestly, to me, this is the way it's coming together in my head. They play like ball cops. There's a lot of observe and report. It's a lot of let the thing play out in front of me, and then once it's done, I react to it. At least in the first half. And it's the cushions, it's the technique. It's just let it happen in front of you and clean it up afterwards, and they'll take their 5 or 6 until sometimes they miss a tackle and they take their 20, or they catch you in a good defensive call and they take their 30. It's a little bit of mall cop defense, a little bit, dude. And they have the athletes and the tendencies in the second half to not do that. I mean,
I just don't get, if you have 2 deep safeties, if you
Like,
have
oh,
elite
but
pass rushers that are getting to the quarterback, why not make that harder? You know, like why not take away the 1 to 10 and say, like, Cade, if you're going to sit in there for 3 seconds to be able to get off a deep ball, well, you've got to get it between the corner and the safety. Like,
I'm with you. It
pass
doesn't
rush down your neck, you know, like,
yeah.
that's my only thing, is that I genuinely don't know how they're teaching them to play cover 2. But if you're going to play cover 2 man and not be aggressive, I don't really get why you're in cover 2 at that point. You might as well just be in cover 1 and bring pressure. And I think that's what they do.
I'm with you, dude. What they ask the corners, what the safeties are doing doesn't mirrors what would make more sense for the corners to be doing. They're both doing kind of the same. I'm with you, man. I agree with you, Kev.
All right, we'll see what they do in the second half, because I do think they adjust, and hopefully that's something they can carry forward.
I think they give up some of the passivity. When it was that
Yeah,
word?
that's exactly the word, big man.
I mean, they just decide they're going to take some of that space away.
Oh my gosh, Byers gets whooped.
By the way, I'm disappointed you didn't drop a Paul Blart reference.
Well, you did, because I trust in you. Clean up my mess.
That's Jordan being Jordan. Byers getting whipped on a pass rush.
Keon being
I got away with one there.
I feel like I was onto something with that mall cop analogy. I'm pretty proud of myself.
Yeah, you were.
Thanks, man.
All right, spreading the field. They love empty this season, which, you know, I don't think I can complain.
They ran it a ton last year too.
Yeah, they did a ton against Clemson 2 years ago too. Like when they don't think they can block you straight up,
run that back,
clear it out for Jordan to make an easy read.
We're gonna get a DPI here, but I'm looking at these slot receivers because people are worried about the slots.
I mean, they're not really open.
No. Dustin looks a little lost there. Like he's trying to find space, but space is eaten up.
I think that talking point's very overblown for what it's worth.
So do I.
I mean, yeah, they were loading the middle of the field. They were not letting you have this.
It's
they were
clogged in
giving
there,
you one-on-ones out here. You have.
And we talked about it, and Brendan, I think Brendan talked about it on the OTB before the game about the depth that they get at linebacker. Like it's something that they actively take away with their depth.
Yeah. Just a good unit, man.
And FSU had stuff like the biscuit play would be an example of trying to take advantage of it. So they had things built in.
Yeah, right.
All right, outside zone.
Whoa, what's up, Adam? He sounded a little bit exasperated.
Oh, my Lanta. We're just soft. They're soft.
Yeah, 71. Meach, he's got to be able to pass this on to Smith and then work his way up. You can't be losing a double team that whole way on outside zone.
They just don't fire it. It's a Jekyll and Hyde line when it's pass blocking and run blocking, dude.
All right, so one's outside, that gives you a cut. Yeah, I mean,
this is the block on 0.
I think he's got to try to keep coming back on this. I think, but
yeah, I think the whole
Meach looks like he's overtaking it there.
Meach is the one that starts outside.
So Toafili should be reading the end to the tackle if that's how they read it.
I'd like him
So
to
the
cut.
end's outside, so that puts him inside. And then Meach, I mean, he looks kind of overtaken there, though, from this angle. Then he
I'd like a
gets his,
cutback on here, right? Maybe. I mean,
the problem
54
is
is there.
you don't block the insert.
Yeah, it's because I don't know. To me, I think in an ideal world, you get Meach to be able to pass this off to Smith, and then he works his way up,
Well,
right?
yeah, that's best case.
All right, we got a whole nother half, and we're at
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
1
Sorry.
hour and 10
Okay,
minutes
keep
in.
going. Sorry, nerdy.
You're
rant.
The
fine.
offensive
You're-
line isn't very good right now.
Yeah.
They're trying to work on it. We got
I
it.
want to see when we're gotta get to the old second half, guys.
Give Clemson some of its own medicine.
They
Hard
can
to
do it.
defend that in man coverage. We've seen it.
I thought he was going to get in on that.
I thought it was too.
This half they played, or this drive they played with great tempo, but they were able to get, yards on first down and kind of get into some of their tempo stuff.
Yeah, there've been too many drives this year where the just negative or nothing on first down. It kind of short circuits the whole drive, man. I feel like they're a team that really needs
Let's just
to
jump to the
rely
second half.
on,
There's not
Yeah.
nothing goes on here.
except very poor clock management by Dabo. Here we go, Mike, the infamous Dabo.
Yeah, so you're
One
showing
high
it.
safety.
You know they're aggressive. You're getting man coverage on the outside. I'm glad that they finally went kind of more to a post instead of trying to win. Like if you think there's more area here than there is here, it's easier throw on the quarterback. Big time
Gets inside
completion.
release too.
And one high safety, Jordan does a good job with his eyes, just kind of holding him
Yeah.
in the middle of the field.
Ball
And kinda
placement.
really
What do you guys think of
just
the
really
ball
throws it
placement?
past him.
I
It's a
don't know if
little
they
short.
shot Jordan up, but like that's a lot of speculation. Look at the torque. It looks much the torque, not twerk. Torque. It looked much
Mhm.
better.
The thing is, like, he makes it catchable, and that's not
Yeah.
something you can say for the rest of the throws this
Like
game.
that looked like Jordan throwing the football.
Yeah, it did.
Nice design coming out. Always good coming out of half that first drive. Always getting them points.
All right, back to the 2x2 stack. Let's see.
Are you gonna run out of it? There's nobody there to defend the run. They're gonna run.
Screen.
Oof. Yeah, Hakeem. Yeah, I think this is Hakeem Williams because I remember not a
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah, you have probably 5 yards there.
Which, when you're getting smacked around in the run game, the passing game could be an extension of your running game unless you don't block on the perimeter.
Dugans goes over and starts yelling at Hakeem immediately on the sideline. It's pretty good.
It's tough. I mean, he initially does a good job and then he just falls off of it.
Okay, let's see.
Oh, they actually kind of blocked this one okay.
Yeah. Keandre does a good job turning
They
out. They're trying to
overtake.
insert here on the backside for the cutback.
Do you need to bounce?
Should have no. It should be up following Bell.
I
Oh,
feel like that guy should be. Well,
I think that
Trotter's whooping everybody.
yeah, he's a
Trotter's
good
spinning.
player, dude. Oh, yeah, look at how he blows it up, Adam.
Yeah,
Look,
that's a really good
just
play.
crashes right into Mo.
God.
But also, Benson, you can see he's just he dances. He's not sure what to do.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, it's
we
not a
knocked him
clear
for
picture.
patience. He's trying to let things set up.
Picture
but
is really not clear for him.
Yeah.
I know a lot's been made about their vision. It's not obvious.
Yeah,
It's
the
a
blocking.
They are a mess in the run game. God. How does he not get this?
Fall forward,
Also,
dude.
way more physical than you.
I think we get it. I think they get it, but
Everywhere
I feel like
except I think FSU's
this is
defensive
illegal
line has
formation.
won their battles.
Yeah.
This is this is infuriating to me because this is this illegal formation kills the drive.
Wait, where's the illegal formation?
There's
Four.
5 guys in the
There's 5
backfield.
guys in the backfield with Keon motioning.
I'm guessing Morlock's supposed to be on.
I mean, that would make sense.
Yeah.
Listen, dude, I'm glad we didn't get any false starts, but that's disappointing. Like
Yeah.
on this drive, like
Yeah, because you're
marching to score.
yeah.
and
Go
then
ahead.
God, the redemption of Fitzsimmons, dude. What a great kick from my guy right
Hey,
there. That's a
rewind
tough
it.
kick.
But you're not allowed to jump over guys.
Yeah. Rewind. Show that again. Number 3 jumps over over to nope. Yeah.
Yeah, leaping. What the
The right I guess would have been the right guard.
Maybe that's an NFL rule. I don't know. Or it's just the center. I don't
Here
know.
they go.
I hate that shit. Stupid special teams.
What's weird is now they're in a single high look, bringing pressure, and now they're deciding to be
Well,
tight.
they've always been pressing. They've
So when we say again aggressive, like that's the cost of doing business, right? You leave a guy 1-on-1, back shoulder fade, it's fine.
I mean, you can't do anything.
I think they leave it up to their corners though, whether you want to press or not. I don't think it's a.
I
it's
think
not
so much
called,
of it,
really.
more than just like blitzing, is like the tone that you set with like just how you're going to play, right? And like I
Yeah.
think that's what we see different. Like the way the defensive line attacks, like multiple guys attack. It's not just blitzing. They blitz a ton more in the second half.
You just see like the coverage just looks tighter. They're more flat-footed at DB right now. Like
Keelan makes a nice hit there on that run play. But no, if that
play
play to
little
Green,
sticks
see,
defense here,
oh
like a
god,
horrible
we gotta
angle on the
finish
blitz.
that. And Jarian makes a nice play, but no, Adam, like that first play, like
Right
or
outside,
Brendan,
big
Kevin, make them try to hit that play over and over again, dude. Like this, look at how much tighter they are. Like they're flying to the football coming out of the half. I like the way the defense looks. Yeah, he's been good this year. I like him.
Bad
Yeah, you
angle.
bring a couple pressures and you scoot your corners up a notch, and it's well.
I think the biggest thing is scooching your corners up a notch.
Yep, I do think so too.
I'm glad we noticed that, and
I hope that's something they carry forward because that's been a theme all year. Like, trust your defensive line to get there,
and they did.
What
the hell is happening there, dude?
You got numbers again. This is not a bad look. No,
we're stuck between a shit and a fart.
Oh, this is Byers. Byers is trips. Oop.
No,
it just
Keandre,
looks...
you either got to kick him or you got to wall him. It can't be that.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, he trips on him
called
just
in a
standing in
toilet.
the backfield.
I'm with you, Adam. It's muddled. The running back's like, I don't really know what to do because I got three guys stacked up in front of me because that's Rodney Hill, who's an explosive guy who want to see get the ball more. It's just the offensive line looks off, dude, on that play, which is so surprising.
And I don't know what. I don't know.
Yeah, he's might have a hole here, but then Byers loses, or Bless Harris loses here, and that muddies the hole.
No, they just. I mean,
and I don't like running it first and second down here. It just doesn't really make much sense. I mean, it's not like Clemson is all of a sudden defending the pass. I mean, they've got 7 people here.
Yeah.
They have 1 safety. Like they're not like scared of the passing game now. I don't get this keeping them honest.
The problem is the play's there. And
I mean, we can say the play's there all day.
But as a play caller, if you think the play is going to be there, you got
you don't call the play expecting your line to lose. Now,
I mean,
if they continue,
maybe you should expect your offensive line to lose, and
I
mean, shouldn't be running the ball. But
if we're going to criticize Adam Fuller for not pressing his corners midway through the second quarter, how do we not criticize Mike Norvell for continuing to try to beat his head into the wall with 8 minutes left in the third?
I'm with you. I'm with you
because he's stubborn as a mule. I don't disagree with you. I just said, like, what you've got over half of data at this point that you can't run the football, and I know you got to run the football, but
you're getting beat. Like Kev said, it's like expecting your line to get beat in the run game.
So did they run out of flags with the false start to not call pass interference, or
this was offside, right?
Yeah, but that doesn't make this not pass interference.
No, it doesn't.
He's just straight up in Johnny Wilson's chest right here. He doesn't even turn to look at the ball at all. Whatever.
They let them play out there until, they let them play no matter what.
I hate that guy's face. All right, 3rd and 6, third manageable.
All right, so we're back in the.
Now they're blitzing
doubles.
Oof, what happens right tackle? What happens there?
Yeah, Byers just gets beat.
He just gets whipped. Yeah, I think he's got to go inside.
He's not. Whatever this isn't it.
The issue with moving him inside is he looks confused at times at right tackle, and you've spent the entire offseason training him at right tackle. So now you're going to move him to a new position. I don't know that skill set wise. I understand where you're coming from. I just don't think it's as practical as
That's fair. But a lot of times you're making your
We
spaces.
just talked about the Cam Irving
making
thing.
your spaces smaller, and that can sometimes clean your brain up a little bit. I don't know.
Something needs to be done. I think that's the point. I gotta make the tackle.
Such a good job being there. Just
Who's that? Double J?
Yeah.
That's all right, buddy. You get him next time.
All right. So everybody now up at DB is up at within 3 yards of the receiver.
yeah.
This is more than them just blitzing more, which they do.
Yeah.
They blitz.
Turner got brutalized on this play. He gets
But-
brutalized.
But what this tighter coverage does means that now Klubnik can't just turn and release to his first read. He's got to
Right.
sit there and scan the field for a second.
Allows the pass rush to get closer. Unfortunately, he gets away from it because
Yeah. They won't show the angle. He got held real bad on that. Good adjustment so far. Look, still keeping that close distance. Oh, look at Farmer go, big man.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, that's Farmer just wrecking.
I mean, you could tell they've affected him now.
oh yeah.
So one stat and okay, so this is what we have is with Klubnik when he's pressured, or when he had a blitz, excuse me. So when FSU blitzed him, he had an 88 passer rating. When not blitzed, 149.7 passer rating.
And here you
I
go.
think the blitz is being overblown. I really think it's the DB technique more than anything.
88 passer rating when blitzed.
Because they were
149
getting
when-
pressure. They were getting pressure. I'm with you, Adam. I think the blitzing because they did it so much, but that in concert with the space being
I
taken
think
up.
maybe that's the right way to put it, Trey.
I think part of you're trying to just
Well,
speed things
I
up.
mean, can we
for him.
talk about the play that's here? He's tight here.
Yeah.
We've been saying this is the cure all here.
Yeah.
Well, tight coverage, and you still get beat over the
Nobody's
face.
been saying
with
it's
the
a
slant.
cure-all.
Nothing, it's a cure-all, but that's a tough throw,
Hyperbole
yeah.
on your part, but
Well, I'm just saying, like, it's not ever as simple as blitz
No, of
more,
course not.
No.
get your corners
no one's-
closer. Like,
We're not
there's
saying
nuance.
we're not saying that.
But even this is a hard throw to make.
right.
Clemson does not make this all day.
It's a much more difficult window for him to have to put that ball into. And that's the key.
And I think we're all okay. Like if you give that up on 3rd and 9, that's the cost of doing business. It's man coverage in a tight window. Like, okay, that's fine.
You know what this play is?
Yeah, the BC play.
Quads to one side, open up, light box,
You knew you were
quarterback
gonna see
draw.
it.
This is how you stop it. You have your defensive lineman collapse here.
And we
that.
bail just
Not
like
Malcolm Ray.
like against BC.
Good
And
game
you
for
were
him,
not doing that
Brendan.
against BC.
Yeah.
I thought Malcolm held up real well in this game.
He was someone who was definitely sick against BC. I think he played one snap and that was it. Oh, there's Jared Verse making a play.
I think
Dabo
there's a
gets
face mask.
But yeah, Malcolm Ray had his best game of the season. So handful of defensive linemen had their best games of the season. That was important.
So here you get a couple penalties. Clemson
Jerry
makes
Jones
a good
blitz.
throw.
Boom.
Oh, he's still good on the kid.
I don't think Jerry comes back after that.
Oma.
After this hit here,
Yeah, I could be wrong. Well, I didn't come back after this.
Yeah, this is Graham getting just out.
yeah,
of
he just
position.
overextends himself.
Man, because if you just kind of make this a little bit harder, you're gonna tee
Well,
off on him.
There's some miscommunication here. Or he's got bad eyes. He thinks he's chasing the back.
But
They switched it and then he's overrunning it.
yeah. So yeah, just miscommunication.
Young player lumps, right?
Yep. And people's frustrations are, why is he in down there? And I get that.
Because he's your starting linebacker next year, probably.
But next year,
But you can get him 15. I guess maybe there's a substitution day. You can get him 10 to 15 snaps in a game, and they not be in
Red
the
zone
goal
snaps.
line.
Yeah.
Blake Nicholson's a linebacker for you next year too, and I haven't seen him in yet.
Byers, is that on Byers?
If that's
he's-
the question, probably.
He's got to do a better job of Guys inside, big dog. Guys inside. That's where your pressure's coming from.
Great play by Benson. He didn't get a lot of like you said, Brendan, earlier. He's running hard, dude. He's just not getting any help.
I feel so much better about where he's at going into the bye week than I did. Like even with the production not being great, like he wasn't.
Man, JT's seeing ghosts.
I've only seen that guy in his face, but
well, yeah, but like
I feel you.
You step up and you make this throw, right? Like
you don't want to take a hit on that shoulder for sure.
Yeah,
I mean, you just saw Cade Klubnik throw a touchdown getting clobbered.
Right. I wish you could see what's going on at the bottom of the screen.
That's the right read.
Yeah, Coleman's open. He's got to lead him to the sideline.
I mean, he's man up on this safety who wants no part of that.
with a ton of space too. Like
he's open.
That's a sweet
step in to throw. I mean,
blame that one on the shoulder, guys, or what?
I mean, he's holding it right here
anyway.
And Jordan's never been one who's been like afraid of stepping into a throw. So
no, God, he's gotten tattooed.
That's it. Like, what's changed?
Oh man, this is bad.
It's on the right side.
Yeah, it's the right tackle there,
dude. What?
It's Jeremiah Byers.
He just doesn't ever take. I mean, that's a really nice play by.
Yeah, 13's a good ball player. I don't even know
Davis. Yeah,
that's more so than it's a bad play by Jeremiah. That's a really nice play by that kid.
13 had a game.
Yikes!
This is just a bad throw.
Jordan was scolding Darion after that. I think he wanted to press out more, but I don't know.
I mean, we've seen slot fade before. Slot fade's usually not thrown here.
That the quarterback wasn't happy with where the wide receiver was.
Well, sure, but I wasn't happy where he threw the ball.
Yeah, it kind of seems like the.
I mean, that's just not giving your receiver much of a chance. He's turning here. I don't know. I could be crazy. I could be wrong, but this looks like slot fade, and I don't know if he's giving his guy much of a shot.
Look, he's expecting right shoulder, and Darion's looking left.
Look at this guy. Oh, he's reaching for the ball. It looked like he was confused.
He does still look confused, to be fair.
Yeah, I mean, just not. JT has not been accurate compared to last year. I think that can be said.
Non-competitive throws, right? Like throws that aren't in play for guys.
Just don't seem to be on the same page either. A lot of times, that's weird.
All right, what happened?
The only guys he seems on the same page with are Keon and Johnny.
Okay, so this is a very similar to the Boston College play, except instead of quads, you're just giving it backside to trips. Let's see.
Counter.
It's counter. We fit it well. And
safety.
Who?
Knowles 3. Like, does he need to be up?
Yep.
More?
He needs to see that, man.
Got to come fit it and tackle it.
You saw
remember that play with Brown?
Brown, yeah.
That I called him out for. What are you doing, dude? You want a written invitation?
Kev's so sassy.
I don't know. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of them trusting it. It's like, I don't know. I want to see Hussey in there, to be honest with you. I don't understand what new blood would do. That's gonna.
That's that. Yeah.
I'd like to see us do a little better job at in there. We're a little too flat down line of scrimmage. We need to be playing on their side of the ball. Let's take some of this angle away.
Yeah, I mean, you got to spill it. You don't just got to play patty cake.
I wouldn't describe it as patty cake. Frustrated Kev is quite feisty.
Yeah, for someone who shouts for nuance a lot, when he gets frustrated, the nuance kind of goes out the window, doesn't it? Oh, is that taking a play?
You spill this. This isn't a spill. This is soft.
It's not patty cake.
Back to my Jared verse.
Flat down the line of scrimmage.
All right, move on. I'm with you. I get the frustration because they played it the exact same play better. So I'm with you on that. And this is a great play. Once again, Jared Verse effect in the game.
Athlete.
It is a significant
play in this game.
God, there's a significant play in the game because Clemson was driving. I don't know if you guys felt it. I felt dread. I felt them getting a little bit of momentum, and my God,
they were going in for a kill.
They were going in for the kill.
They talk about the kill right here.
So we haven't seen any of this from Florida State.
This is,
dude, he's a bajillion miles away.
This is a key breaker for them.
Yeah, I mean, blitzing from this nickel
I don't remember them sending He's not the Sam there. He's the Mike. Or
He's a Will, I guess.
So I know Clemson media has been mad at their running back for not staying back. There has to be some level of internal clock for the quarterback.
Well, they do a nice job of sending an interior pressure too, paired with it.
Yeah,
I mean, the back leaks out, but the back's also stepping up and they send the pressure inside on the interior. This is a really well designed blitz.
And to be fair to Maffa, Deloach is so far away. Much distance.
I think people always complain about these kinds of blitzes because they're coming from a distance. But look how it all pairs up. You get the interior pressure. They get 77 to step up and try to block Bethune. You've got the end on the tackle, and it just creates an open window for him.
It creates a false sense of security for the quarterback, dude.
AB, would you say that play is well coordinated?
Yeah, I would.
Look at that convoy. That's a big old.
And they do a nice job. They're playing tighter coverage on the outside that makes them hold the ball.
God, that's a play, dude. That's it.
All in all, that is a really
hands on your knees, hands on your knees. Surrender, Cobra.
So he's looking left side. They've got what looks like a smash concept over there. Yeah, they're
it
trying
was so
to get
well covered.
Here.
Look at nothing.
Yeah, there's nothing there.
I'm trying to rack my brain on how many times I don't think they've ever sent the Will through like that.
Yeah, from that far away. Yeah. Or if they did, people got mad because it took too long to get the pressure.
Yeah.
I mean, it seemed like it took forever watching it. Like you saw.
Oh, it did. Absolutely.
The C's part. And oh my God. Oh, it's going to get there.
Well, either way, great job. Great job by him biting the ball. You listen to Kirby Smart. You guys went and saw him talk about putting your face in the fan. I mean, that's what he does there. He bites the ball. He puts his helmet right on the football and knocks that thing loose. That is absolutely by design by him.
And Shipley going to get his every now and then.
Yeah. Dude, Shipley's such a badass. So watch who he hits here. Cut. Remember this. He hits Renardo Green. Boom. Keep that in the back of your mind 2 or 3 plays later.
But you also have to understand who's supposed to run this alley and fill this.
The safety.
Yeah, I think they've figured out to run counter a specific direction.
Oh, he puts a good move on Shaheem too.
Yeah.
Shipley's just like
it's Shipley being Shipley, but also
he makes an incredible jump cut in the hole.
It's not coincidence, Kevin. I'm with you, bud.
Come on, Jared. So close. Nice job. Good tight coverage.
Easy. Yep.
Yeah, so
being a little more physical.
He adjusts. Yep. He's there. Man, that's such a hard completion. I mean, let's not talk about the top of the screen where you've got a wheel route wide open, but
it's not wide open.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably a 10-yard completion.
But once again, the compressed distance, like you said, Adam, it's a different look, and it's not a silver bullet. It doesn't cure everything. It just makes routine plays harder.
I'm going to say it cures everything just to make Kev mad.
It's a panacea.
So Kev's literally fighting against his own narratives tonight.
Kev's all over the place.
Just trying to add nuance to the conversation.
This is Renardo Green after getting run over 2 plays before, returning the favor.
I'm gonna get mine.
Like that. That's winning football. You know what I mean? That's somebody you want in the foxhole with you. Love it.
What'd you say, AB?
12.
Lamar Graham had a nice fit and fill.
Yeah.
Oh, bringing it all.
Yeah. The show blitz was 7. They send 7. Force the quick release.
Yeah, and this is where it makes sense to kind of play back and say, we'll break on this.
Off man drive on the ball. You kind of know what's coming. We saw AZ do that earlier, and he kind of played it flat-footed and didn't drive on it that way.
And then you got 15 instead of 7.
All right, this is what I don't understand. Why the hell he's not.
This feels like they designed this purposefully for him to run. You've got this puller. You've got this guy not even going out on a route. Got 2 lead blockers.
Well, they did that earlier in the game, right? And he threw off it.
It's just like
it just felt like they were trying to get him.
I don't even know if he's going to run. I think that. I think you think he's going to take off and run here and get yards. I don't think he's going to. I think
he's looking the whole time. But just throwing it out of bounds, not catchable. There have been a few not catchable balls.
More in the fourth quarter now.
Formation again here. Nice job.
I like that.
getting out in
Johnny
speed.
blocking
Yep.
downfield.
Yeah, you see that Clemson wants to really stack this. You compress it just to get the
You
ball
throw it away
outside.
from the safety rotation there.
It's
kind of-
spreading
kind of-
post snap instead of pre snap.
Yeah, you know you're going to get a backer chasing there based on the rotation of the safeties. It's just well designed.
Moving the pocket again.
The half
Tons
hole
of
here.
time.
This is brutal. He can't
Yeah.
catch the ball with both arms because Carter grabs his inside arm.
And you're probably setting that one up throughout the game too. That's a
Yep.
wheel,
Man.
a drag wheel.
You also see how much of their passing game is predicated on trying to get matchups on linebackers, and that
Mhm.
doesn't quite work against teams with elite pass coverage linebackers.
Yeah,
Right.
like it's not an easy, but like Jordan makes a good throw, and
That is a great throw.
in person I couldn't see the hold. In this cut up, you can't see it, but the TV replay clearly shows like he got
Yeah.
held.
You can tell when Bless is pulling.
Oh,
He
it's
is
pre-snap.
so
maybe?
deep.
Oh yeah, that's tough.
I can't believe they didn't flag him for being off the
He
line.
does the thing. It looks so. I don't like
They-
the thing, dude.
He doesn't hit anyone either.
What they teach.
Well, also, I mean, we
You're
can
trying to
say
build
all
momentum.
that, but Smith still doesn't kick this guy very well.
There's a
Either.
lot not happening there.
13 blows it up.
You got to hit somebody, Bless. You got to get in Trotter's face, dude. Like
Yeah, I'll agree that the pulls are just.
they look
They're just getting-
terrible.
they're just getting owned.
They look tepid. No,
Yeah. Yes.
thank you.
And dangerous
Sure.
throw, but he's in his face trying to make something happen. Yeah, dude, the timing's off. The depth is weird. There's tells. There's they look so out of sync for a team where that's the thing that they do.
And it's like chicken or the egg too. If you're hitting on some of these deep shots, then that will help out a little bit with the run game in theory, right? And that's not happening, and you're not running the ball effectively. So,
Dude, I don't know. He got a pass to throw, dude. I don't want to.
You got to pass it to throw it.
I whatever. Pass it to run. You know what I meant. Sorry.
Look at this.
Jared versus pressure.
Yeah. Mm.
Oh, here's that inside. They're like inside leveraging hard here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they changed a little bit ago.
Yeah, taking away that slant
Yep.
explicitly.
Good
They
adjustment.
just adjusted to the game plan.
Yeah, Verse almost gets a sack there.
Not athletic.
Teleport midway through the play. I heard a Verse is not very athletic.
Hmm.
From
Third
what
and
a
6. Oh, brutal. Killer. I feel like this was nice design though, right?
what's happening.
Is
Left,
this,
right.
Yeah, we get stuck
Or Lundy.
inside. Where are you going, DJ?
I mean, to be fair, they've slanted. He's watching the slant.
He's not covering that slant though. He's going to pass that thing, isn't he? But then right there, like, hello.
Yep, that's when you need to see.
Yeah, just kind of gets crossed over.
Also,
Good call, I think. By I mean that's perma, right, Kev?
but that you're relying on the safety to come down and help with that.
God, he's not even in the screen until the very end.
Like, that's just not acceptable. Like, the safety needs to be here. I don't know. That's you play cover 4. That's what they do. You play 2 high safeties. They have to be part of the run fit.
I didn't even notice it till now. Yeah, that's pretty egregious. On a huge play, they convert. Now
Hey,
they're
there's
driving.
Kevin Knowles
Hey.
sticking his nose in there. Run blitz.
Yeah, does a good job. Good job, Kevin.
Good thing
Team
Fabo.
Kev.
Fabo.
Good thing Fabo was there.
Oh God.
Yeah, he stopped that up.
No, is it Fabo? Who? Somebody else.
Fabo, Farmer. I mean, there's a lot of guys there.
Yeah. They do a nice job. The interior run defense is playing very well in this game.
They are.
It's a strength for this team.
I think that makes it pretty clear that whatever was happening at Boston College was
Yeah. So-
Yeah.
not normal.
That is the aberration, right? Is that the right word?
Mm-hmm.
Thanks. Thank you. Thanks, guys. I
A
do
little
work for a living.
miscommunication error by Clemson. Ugh.
But it's 3rd and 14. Like you're
Yep.
right. Like
Yep. It's fine.
They're
Leave
running
it.
the old. They're trying to run the old screen here, drag all the way across the field.
Yeah.
You're in
The
control.
Nice
whole
shot
OPI,
around the
which is
ball.
a quarter of their
Bats
offense.
on the ball is nice.
Yep. Good job recovering.
Okay. You'd like your offense to do something here.
So this,
Set up a
I
little
just don't
trick.
understand what this is. They got NC State with this last year, and I just don't know what they actually. What I don't know.
Well,
Yeah,
you
Trying
look
to
at
find-
what they did
trying to find
against NC State.
something.
Yeah, your offense has stalled a couple times now.
Yeah, I think at this point, Mike knows like we're in trouble.
Man,
Again,
again,
I
it's
just
like,
don't understand this. This is one where I'm like, okay, tell Jaheim, like, give him the call.
But like
Yeah.
right. Oh.
And he's blocking for you.
Yeah, dude. He really is, isn't he?
like that's there. I know you feel like it's disrespectful to one-on-one, but if you're not going to throw a catchable ball, they're going to continue to disrespect you.
Yeah, they're disrespecting you because you're just not playing that good.
Yeah, I mean that's just not a catchable ball.
This is one Keon. Yeah, I mean, it's another DPI, but they're not calling them, so it's
Yeah, they
not
were
a
very
DPI.
physical. I mean, that's another thing.
Maybe that
You gotta
one.
see
Maybe that wasn't the one. Maybe that I'm thinking of a different one.
Jordan
see the-
threw 7 passes of over 20 yards in the fourth quarter.
And how many of them were completed?
One.
0, 1.
Won the first one to Johnny on the final drive,
Okay.
and Johnny made a crazy catch.
Yeah.
But like, it's not that they're not being completed because a lot of these just aren't even catchable.
But yeah, like you said, they're not competitive Cavs. Like they're not
And
giving
then
them a
like
chance.
here, like what are we're holding
This is
on
the
to it
last-
forever.
Byers gets benched after this.
He gets a chip against a guy who has like 1 sack on the year,
Yeah.
and gets just worked.
That's tough. Look, man. But that drive was dead. So yeah, we know it's 3. We can count. That drive was
He piled on
dead.
the kid.
Yeah, exactly.
punt.
But like now Clemson takes over with good field position. They're at the 40. Like that punt thing that you tried cost you 20 yards, and that changes.
Yeah.
Changes.
So
a ton.
this is the same play we saw last half, where you got trips and you're going to kind of run these guys off. And
Brendan, the punt thing was strange, but the killer is that your offense sucked so hard and went backwards on that drive. Like your offense is
It
what
led
really
together,
killed
but
you.
the offense
Yeah.
was going backwards the drive before. Like I don't know. It was an interesting time to take a gamble when you would have you were playing the field position game,
Mhm.
and you would have been in an advantageous like situation. I don't
All
know.
right. This is
That's fair. Yeah. Oh, a lot of pressure. Oh god, this dude.
I just don't buy it. I know
it's just not
Probably.
catchable. I don't get how you call it.
From
Like-
we've seen how the games. We don't even need to like belabor it because we've seen how the game's been officiated. It sucks. It's crap. They waited too late. It
4
reeks.
seconds.
Yeah, it's bad. Whatever, dude. That not good. Not good. Whatever. It's karma. Ball don't lie. I know.
I appreciate Daniel Lyons is fired up on the sideline about the call.
Does
needs
Mike
to be a
say
gift.
no?
Yeah, it says no.
All right.
How do you call it? Yeah. Mike doesn't get too animated with the officials very often, so you know he's pissed off.
That was pretty bad though. All right, you got a quarterback counter.
Yeah, we spill it, and but we're spilling it to nobody here because
Yeah.
we're stuck in quicksand.
Yeah, Deloach buys the counter.
He's reading the back.
Yeah, the back's his
Yeah.
responsibility in coverage. This is a well-designed play. When quarterbacks can run the ball, just makes life hard.
Mm-hmm.
But I wonder who your safety is to the side they're running counter.
They got you in a good look from the formation and the box standpoint. They're calculating a drive to bleed some clock and get the positive yardage, and this was supposed to be their game ender, and it was close. All right, keep going.
Yeah, tough run. That's what he does.
Again.
Yeah,
Oh, they're
yeah.
really running. Oh, God.
Oh, but look.
fit it.
I've been.
He forces it.
He fills it. He does it. He sees it and he fills. And even though that though means that this guy can't come up to verse.
Bethune's not in a particularly
Bethune.
different spot than Kalen DeLoach was the previous play, like where the starting point for the linebackers. There's just less room for the quarterback to run.
Growing opportunity. If he can continue to do this, it's not perfect, but that's huge. That's a huge difference.
You see the difference.
I mean, to be fair to the kid, this is his first year. He's been playing safety for like 2 months. That's a lot. That's hard to grow. That's hard to learn.
Ugh.
I think Vance just gets worked here.
Yeah. He did not play his best game.
Are you sure that's the one he wasn't getting yelled at?
It may have been. JJ has not been back in, by the way, Brendan.
Yeah. Correct. And he talked to the media today and stuff, so it's not long term, unfortunately. But yeah, that was a guy that he missed because he's big for you. There's Kevin Knowles again.
Yeah, he does pretty well on blitzes.
Green just kind of looks like not set. No, he doesn't. He normally misses them.
Run blitzes. Nuance.
Yeah. All right.
Great job getting hands up.
Yep.
Man.
Had it defended though, either way. Like
deflection of the game.
Yeah, it's covered.
But it makes a big deal in the long run. Because he only misses that field goal by inches.
Inches.
Oh, great tackle.
Peyton making a play again.
Yeah, he erases this.
That's
He's actually so far inside
they are so lucky.
But that's like 6'5" and pterodactyl arms. Like that gives you a chance.
It's not going to score. It's not going to score, but he's going to get.
It's a winning individual effort, dude.
Yeah.
We criticized him for going too far inside earlier, but this time he gets so far inside that the guard literally doesn't even see him as a person to block. And that actually is what saves the play. This guy didn't even see him. Which is great. I'll take it.
Hollywood's on strike, fellas.
See ya wide, go away. Back to finance world. Long O face. Oh, it's missed. Zoom in on the family. Sad Dabo. Let's just go right to OT.
Here
all right, we get this.
This long deep shot you hit. A great catch. Good throw. Great catch.
Yeah, good throw. I've been criticizing him for not making catchable balls. That's catchable. And he did it. Trust your guys.
I thought they were going in after they hit that one with the time they had left. I thought they were going in for a game-winning score.
Yeah, I did too.
That seemed clear. Oh, so physical.
3rd and 9.
I think this is the dig.
That's where Keon gets rock bottomed.
Darius.
Oh no, he got that. That's a good one, John.
Yeah, how's Darius looking?
I think this is the one. He may have gotten away with a hold here, but man, there's some theatrics.
It's not a hold because he
was high with the hands. It's fine. Darius does very well on this.
But it's not a hold because the play. He's out of the play. Like at this point, like at that point, like he's trying to turn a corner that doesn't exist anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I really like this route. I mean, you've been going to turn inside. Just
the old bang 8.
Yeah.
Oh wait, go back. I'm sorry, Kev. Can you go back to the play, the second down play? I think that's the play on the run with Jordan. Nope, I lied. Never mind. It was the first time play.
So help out Darius there with Morlock.
Watch Darius and Morlock on that play.
Yeah. They flattened him.
Yeah. But like you haven't seen that all game.
No.
That's an effective double team block. We haven't really seen a lot of those out of this line at all, man. Like, what's the point?
That was a play I wanted to point out.
But if you're not flattening them on a double team, what are you doing, man?
Right.
A lot to clean up.
It's the expectation. Like, it's not this elite play. It's just like you're doing your job.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man, this is actually there.
Yeah, Johnny's open.
Yeah, Roddick gets smoked.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah. Gosh.
It's a one-on-one, dude. They lost so many one-on-ones.
You want to talk about like not throwing it deep the whole time? Well, that's there. You need that. That's on the O line.
Got a pocket.
Oh, that's tough.
It's just good coverage, I guess. I don't know.
Decent coverage.
Balls inside.
Get back. I don't know.
Not a perfect.
I think he's wanting it. Yeah, I think he's wanting it like more back shoulder.
Johnny Wilson should catch this football.
It's good coverage.
It is.
All right. 4th down and 10. This is should have been penalty.
I mean, I got to give credit to Clemson. All of this is good coverage. You're just looking at like inches. Like, can I?
Well, the penalty should have been on them grabbing Destin Hill's face mask, and that's where Jordan's eyes are, and he's got to come off of it.
Here,
But they grabbed Destin by the face mask, and it changes the outcome of the play.
They
Completely.
get Keon too, but I guess by the standards of this game, it wouldn't be a call, right?
I mean, well, the
Not
drive
based on
before
what they've
it was.
been doing.
Yeah,
I mean,
Keon
there's a
gets
hold
held.
there. That's a hold.
Running back and see if you can see the Destin grab. Yeah, right there. You see him. Watch here, right at the apex of the route.
And then he's held up there, dude. And he
four
weaved
was
their
held.
arms up. It sucks. The refs are garbage, bro. Rinse, wash, repeat. They don't get
This is-
anything. Let's go to
This is confusing. End of regulation.
You got supposedly got a kid that can kick a 70-yard field goal.
Or you
You've
can. I
told
mean, you're at
everybody
the
in the world
45.
about it.
You could throw a Hail Mary. You give yourself a shot.
It's weak. He's a bad game manager. It's weak. Go
All
away.
right, let's enjoy the end here.
I'm
Not this
enjoying
play.
Outside zone.
13 there again.
I'd like the tendency breaker though, because you've run so much counter away from that. Like it was a good idea, a good play to come into the game with. Well, running back. Let me watch Darius, please. Sorry. Yeah, I mean,
Darius fell down.
it's better than it's been. They just now the timing's kind of off because they haven't been working together.
Well,
Darius
also-
fell down.
Morlock just does not have a chance here.
At least he's firing off the ball, dude.
It looks a hell of a lot better than it has.
It does. Yeah, it does.
Yeah, that's almost there.
I think that's a permanent change. Unless Rob's back. And if Rob's back, it might still be a permanent change.
I don't know, dude. What are you going to do? Your center's pretty banged up. This is a banger. Bam.
Yeah,
Bang, bang.
that's why you keep throwing it deep.
They're going to hit eventually. And when Jordan is feeling a little bit better and he's dialed in more, I think the effectiveness is going to be more, even though I do think we need to inject a little bit more creativity from some of the passing concepts. But
Big boy play. Good
so
ball to
many,
give him a chance.
just
Let's
so many
go.
uncompetitive balls, man. What
2
even
hours.
just cleaning that up is going to make all the difference.
Because he's historically, like, even as he wasn't a great passer in 2021, he could still hit deep shots with fair like efficiency. Last year he was very good at it. Even if you go back to like 2021, he's way below that.
It's
Like,
like
this is-
Shaheem, dude. That's awesome.
Yeah. He's got the wrong hand up, though. He's got to get his left hand up. Oh, he's got it up. And then he puts it down.
Yeah.
Mirror the hand.
He did.
Oh, my God.
Actually get some push inside there. You haven't seen Fabo turned all game.
Man, yeah, it just Farmer just doesn't quite get there, and
Yeah.
hard runner.
So watch 80 block on this. Like, it's fine to have the RPO to have like the.
They're not set up out there at all. That's the
They got
problem.
numbers,
They're
dude.
not ready. They're not ready for it out wide. They get off late. Look, they're trying to
Yeah,
ID and stop the
They were
ball.
too fast for themselves at times.
Yep.
It's a toughie. Hate to see it.
Great
Man,
tackle.
I ain't crying for him.
Bernardo
Bernardo.
Green
Good job.
having a good season.
Nice job.
Is
There you go,
Adam
Adam.
Fuller smiling?
I think the sun was in his eyes.
It's a grimace.
Probably. That
Nice
tracks.
physical play on this slant out there. He
I-
got inside position.
I think Pat Payton gets a hand on it.
Yeah, it
Look how
does seem
wobbly
like
it is.
Yeah.
But this is what I'm talking about. You just they're not going to complete it all game. You force it to be a tough completion. They made a couple of them in the second half, but they couldn't do it consistently.
Yeah, Fentrell was in a good position, even
Mhm.
if it's a good throw.
Knowles win. Knowles win.
Whew.
You folks just won because you got 2 hours of film review.
It's a lot of time. I was getting a lot of text messages during that. Okay. Interesting stuff. To me, obviously the dial up in the blitz pressure was interesting. I think the bigger story was what they did with the secondary. I really do. And I like it. And it's something that I want to I think the thing that I'm going to take away from this game is some of the things that worked sporadically on the offense with a quarterback who's a little bit more inaccurate than he historically has been, banged up, all that stuff. Some of the things that worked sporadically on the offense and the things that worked consistently for the defense in the second half. Are you going to carry those over?
Yeah,
That's what I want to see. That's what interests me coming out of this game.
To me, I feel like the second half had to have been a light bulb moment for this defense of like, who were we? Are we going to be a team that trusted our secondary and, trusted our defensive line, only brought 4 and, played a lot of coverage? Are we going to be more aggressive? I think they proved that they're a team that can be aggressive with their secondary, push people around and light people up. And hopefully they carry that forward because I thought they looked really good in the second half.
Me too. Any other final thoughts from you guys before we wrap this up and I go take a shower? What a mammoth film review that was. Well, if that's the case, Florida State fan, thank you for sticking with us. Huge win. Just rest during the bye week. You've deserved it too. Get some treatment, ice up, all that stuff. It's been a heck of a first third of the season, ladies and gentlemen. Noles247.com. That is where you're going to have all the coverage, all the news. Subscribe if you haven't so I can respect you again as a person. Thank you for sticking with us. There's a lot of fun football coming up. Nice little home stretch for the Noles, and we'll be here reviewing all the film, all the time, and all the different angles for Trey Rowland, Adam Brown, Kevin Little, Brendan Sonnone, Noles 24/7, X's and Noles crew. We love you. Keep chopping on, and you are 4-0.